First up, according to a post on Scary Mommy, your financial situation should not be a determining factor in whether or not you have kids. The writer explains that both of her pregnancies were surprises and that just because she and her partner weren't financially stable at that time didn't mean that she should have ignored her dream to start a family. In fact, the author suggests most families don't have enough money in the bank to justify having kids, but they decide to have them anyways. So, ladies, do you think it's fair to a child to have them if you're not financially stable?
Who gonna take care of the kids if they ain't got no money?
Yeah, exactly. But more, I think, okay, the word stable, what
Yes.
exactly are we saying when we say stable? Are we saying stable like you can lock down like now until the next 20 years, I've got a job? Like, I
No,
think there's
just
a difference.
not struggling.
I think the
There's
two
a
most
difference
important things for kids to have is health and safety.
Yes.
And I don't think those things always have to cost a lot of money.
Agreed.
I know many families who
Gotta
live in
be safe.
huts, and they're yes.
I'm sorry, one more time.
I know families who live in huts, like in different parts of the country, where their families may not have what we think
Not
are
this
like.
country. We
Yeah.
live in a hut. in
No,
this country.
but
living in a
Lonnie,
hut in this country might not be safe.
But they are safe. What I'm saying is the families that don't have what we consider as the stability have the safety and the health that the kids need in order to be in an environment where they feel love.
100%.
For me, my parents combined made about $30,000 when I was growing up. And I felt like the richest kid in the world, you guys, because I got so much love and so
Yeah.
much attention. Now, granted, I didn't have the
true.
same type of toys that the other kids had. 2 chopsticks can make a really creative set of drums for 5 years. But I had what I felt I needed. And so I would never tell a mother and father that they need to have a certain amount of money to have kids, but they need
You
to make
need
sure they
a
have
certain amount
I-
of money to have kids.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the love factor 100% because I grew up very, very poor, like really poor,
Yes.
and we struggled growing up.
Yes,
like,
we the poor section
Right,
right,
like
here.
really poor.
We grew up
Like,
poor. Project girl all
yes,
the way,
like-
okay? But I made TV today.
Boom.
all right?
Let me shout out to the Vladeck Project, the New York City government-owned housing, yes. But okay, this is my thing. I think there's a difference between saying you are financially stable and saying you are broke. Now, okay? There are
Yes.
some people that are broke, that there's a child coming into this world, they do not have the money to even cover the prenatal care. Guys, we have to think realistically. It sounds
Again,
really
that's health.
nice.
That's health.
Yes, but it sounds really nice to say love is enough, but we have to be responsible parents.
I'm not saying love, I'm saying health
is
and
true.
safety.
Yes.
See,
But I know, no, I agree.
Love is-
I'm not
love
saying
is a part of
it
that.
sounds nice to just say love, which I'm not saying
Yeah.
you are only saying.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying, who is... go
This
ahead,
is an
Tam.
interesting conversation because I agree with Jeannie because sometimes life just happens.
And you
then
step
you
up
have
to the plate.
make it work. And there are lots of parents who bust their you-know-what
Yep,
to make it
100%.
work.
Yep.
Yes.
But they
Yes.
bust their you-know-what to get what?
However-
To get what?
Yeah, money.
To make it work.
Yes. However, then I agree with you. Having children, I mean, they're a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly how much.
Yeah, I did some
Oh,
research.
look at that.
You guys are smart.
Responsible.
Tell me.
But wait, let's see if we
Okay,
found
go.
the
It's
same
the same.
thing. So, according to the Department of Agriculture,
Sure did.
it would cost $233,610 for a middle-income family to raise a child born in 2015.
Okay.
That's until they are 17, but that's just
But
2015.
read what kind of family?
It's a middle-income family.
Okay, so we also need to
True.
consider that a lower income family would be even less than this. And when I divided that 17 years to 233,000,
Go ahead, math.
it is $13,741 a year. Now that is middle
$13,000?
a year.
A year.
What did you
A
just
year.
say?
That's it?
Ding, ding, ding. And that's for middle income. So if you are lower income, if we got to be realistic, whoever's doing these polls, they're probably spending more than is. They're
Yeah.
giving it a little bit of cushion,
Right.
I'm assuming. Now, when you really are raised broke and poor, you
Yeah.
figure it out. I do agree that
Yes.
you figure it out. Trust me, you get creative.
You can
Like
make a
Tam
lot
said,
of meals out of
there's
Vienna sausages.
Yeah, you know that there's a life living inside you, and you just somehow figure out how
I'm
to step
talking
up to
about,
the
okay,
plate.
we
I
understand
do-
that things happen. I'm talking
you
about
gotta
when
be
you're
responsible.
planning
I
and
do
you
think it's
saying, I
important.
can't take care of kids. I don't think that that's right.
No.
Because who is going to take care of those kids then? That's
Agreed.
all I'm asking.
And that's what I was going to say. The reality is, I do think it is important to plan.
Yes.
One, if you are financially struggling, somebody got to work. Both of y'all got to work.
Yep.
So who are going to take care of the kids. I think a lot of the times in America, people get so fascinated with pregnancy, they don't really think about after baby, like the
Well, you gotta
reality
blame that on
of
Instagram, because all the cute babies on Instagram. And,
No, it's true.
You know,
And it's the
Yes,
same thing
and
with-
keeping
caught
up with the Joneses and trying to buy
Exactly.
your
But
kids like $30 jeans.
My
when
point
they're
is, it's the same thing with weddings. A lot of people just look at the wedding. They never really think about marriage, about
Exactly.
the work that it takes, you know, to keep that marriage going. It's the same thing with having kids. So what I would do, if you're not financially stable, I would just make sure that you guys have serious conversations about the reality of what's going to happen when you have a baby, especially when you aren't really financially stable. Daycare. I mean, is one person gonna maybe pick up another job or pick up 2 or 3 jobs and
Or switch
the
on and
spouse-
off.
Yes,
Someone
take care of
watches
the
them
kids.
during the day, somebody watches them at night.
Yes.
Yeah, but we talking about people that's in a couple. I want to talk to women out there, because there's a lot of women that get in situations, and that's why I always stress to women to protect yourself and make sure, because if something happens, you're not in a stable relationship. A lot of times you caught up, you know, taking care of that baby for yourself. If you with somebody, at least you got somebody to play off of. But in reality, especially in the times that we live in, most of the time it's the woman that has to take care of the kids. And it's like you really have to plan as a single woman, or a woman that you just out on the town having a little good time, you know, make
be
sure you protect
responsible.
yourself and be responsible, because you get that kid, you know, you got to take care of it. I feel sorry for my mom. My mom took care of me and my brother. It was hard in the projects. You know, sometimes I went hungry. And you know how hard that is for her to see her child go hungry?
How does the parent
And how
handle
does that
Exactly.
How does that affect you as a parent when you have all of this stress on you of how am I going to make sure that I have a roof over my head? How am I going to make sure that my child doesn't go to bed hungry? It's unfair to you long term, and it's unfair to the unborn child.
It's also insane that today, in order for any of us to get a credit card or to even purchase a house, you have to qualify. And the system has it figured out to see what kind of stable job you have, what history you have, in order to get you to even qualify to get to those places in life. But in real life, you can have anybody can have a baby because of an accident or because of one happy night out where you're not being responsible. That's the part where we have to take charge of ourselves and be the qualification and the standard that we need to set in order for this human being we're bringing in.
Does it sound terrible to say that I think being a parent is an honor? And that
Absolutely.
I think that it shouldn't be thrown around where you just say, that's like somebody saying, I want to be an Academy Award winner. I want to be an Academy Award winner. But I have to put in the work to get there.
I'm gonna be
You can't
really-
just say, I want to be a parent, but I don't have the money, can't buy diapers, don't have a house, but I want to be a parent because it's my dream. I want to be a millionaire because it's my dream, but there are steps and responsibilities you have to take in order to be that. Like,
No,
I think
it's
people
true.
just think,
It's gonna be.
I want to
No,
be the
and
owner of Tesla.
the
Well,
only-
guess what? I
No,
didn't
you
invent
guys,
that
in
bomb model of a
reality-
car.
The reality is there are some people having kids as accessories.
Yes.
They're
Terrible.
not really thinking about, wait a minute, once you are a mother, you are a mother forever. And you have to take responsibility
Or dad.
for that child, or dad.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, though, what I say is, I also know families who are so stressed out. I was one of those girls who also was more stressed out about how much money do you have to make, because I grew up poor, so I'm afraid of being poor. So I constantly think and hang over my head.
You
that
almost
cannot-
overwork because of that.
Yes. Because I think that there are people that also wait to have a certain amount so that they qualify to be a parent. And there's no qualified amount that you should have. I think that there just needs to be a plan.
Correct.
And there needs to be a surrounding of health and safety,
Well, if you-
always for
And
the
not
child.
broke.
Well, it goes by what you
Not
just have to iterate what Tam said. You know, have a steady job, have something, just have a plan. And it's okay to wait a year or 2 before you want to start a family. It's not gonna hurt you.
Can
if
you
with that
take
person,
care of yourself? Let's start
That's
there.
the question.
Can you take care of yourself?
Yeah, if
and
you
go
living
from
with
there?
your mama and your daddy and all this, you know,
Hey, I'm not
you
anti
know,
that, because some people actually live with their parents and they end
but
up
they
helping
do that
them.
to save. But I don't think
also-
it's fair to sit there and start your family while you living under somebody else's roof. That's what I believe.
If
If they okay
if
with
it
it,
works
all
for
right.
them and that's culturally or whatever, then that's fine. I'm just saying, don't come in here broke thinking, oh, but I just want babies, and you didn't think the rest of it through.
Right. So we all can agree
and if
that
life happens, it happens, and you're going to work
But
it
at
out.
least you could say,
But-
I did my best to be responsible, and things do happen.
So
Got
we
it.
can all agree that starting a family is expensive, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so are car accidents, ladies.
Yes, yes, they
Because
are.
let me tell you now, a user on Quora.com recently posed the question, what would you do if your car hit another car, but nobody noticed? Has this happened to anybody? Oh, okay.
I don't drive,
I like you,
but,
Honest Dave. Thank you, and welcome to the show. The responses ranged from, quote, always leave a note no matter how
Always.
bad the damage.
Always.
That is so
Yup.
my husband.
With some readers even owning up to the fact that they left the scene and pulled a hit and run. So, ladies, let's keep it real, 100 up in these streets. What would you do in this situation? Has this happened to you?
Well, I don't drive. So no, it hasn't happened to me. I haven't hit any cars
Yet.
But, yo, y'all ever been in the passenger side and you open the door and it hits the other door in the parking lot? Oh my God, and you see the little white marks and you be like, oops. Well, I've for sure done that, and I don't say nothing. I'd be like, oh, my bad. Like, it's not my problem. And it's happened to me, so I low-key feel like it's like, okay, like it's like
It's
they
like
do it to
karma.
me, I do it to them. You know, things happen.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, if I didn't have insurance and money, I probably, have hit a couple of cars.
Parking, probably.
But
So
now that I'm
annoying.
responsible,
Yes.
I will leave a note. But that's
What?
if
She's
they
not
don't
even
see
sure.
it, they don't know.
Like would you get out and
even-
see what the damage is, and if it's not noticeable, then do you still say
Basically,
something?
what Lonnie is saying is if a tree falls in the forest, did you see
I'm
it?
saying now I'm responsible, so I can leave
See,
a note.
my
But
mom
back in the
would-
day, I'm just gonna be honest. Back in the day, I was broke. I was a college student. If I hit your car, I'm sorry, boo. I'm out of here. All right, that's just.
Surprise enough to
I
finish.
don't know. I guess I have too good of a conscience. Like, I truly believe in karma and reaping what you sow.
That's why they hit my car, too.
I would be afraid. So to answer your question, okay, if a tree fell in a forest, did anyone see it?
Yep.
My mom would respond with, God did.
saw it, yeah.
And so I had that over my head throughout my entire life, so I still think that way. So I would definitely write a note, and then I would leave like, oh.
Yeah,
I
but
would
you
leave- I would even-
sister. You done had money all your life, so it's like we talking about us broke folks over here. That's like we ain't got,
Freaking Tamara over here signing a note on
I would, and
stationery.
I would give my autograph and everything. Be like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Here's my number. We will figure it out. Here you go.
God bless
You know
you.
what? The one thing I've had people hit me, and I know they've hit me,
Yeah.
and I know they couldn't afford it. They didn't have insurance and stuff, so I let them go.
Oh, that's
Yes.
nice.
So in a way,
Wait.
I kind of made up for the time.
Wait. But have you ever gotten a note? Have you ever gotten a note that says, hey, I hit your car. I couldn't afford to give you my insurance information.
And I'm sorry.
I ain't
but I'm
doing that
sorry.
because I'm gonna take fingerprints.
How about I just say I'm sorry on the note and keep it pushing? That sounds pretty balanced between Tam and
You
Tammy.
still gonna be mad if somebody
Yeah.
messed up your car and tell me
But
I'm
I said I'm
sorry, but I
sorry
ain't
on
need
the
my
note.
information.
But I said I'm sorry.
I had a weird situation. Okay, I am that girl that will leave a note. I've done it twice because in LA it's really hard to park. But one time I got parked so up close to the wall that I couldn't pull out, the kind of thing where you try to do the Austin Powers move where you try to like back out, but you can't back out because this freak parked right close to you that you're like, dude, let
That
a
would
girl
be me.
breathe. You're that girl?
I'm that girl.
Well, then guess what? I would have left a note on your windshield in Sharpie, like, figure out how to park.
I have had that happen.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You did that to somebody?
Yeah. I guess because I'm always in a rush. So, you know, when you make that right turn, like I just make it sharp.
I
And then
have
don't
no
really-
idea what any of these two are talking about right now.